If there was ever a time in my life where things did not go my way, it is 2023. I have taken a little bit of break from you guys, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about where I've been the last 8 weeks, I guess, and just what's been going on behind the scenes in my business with me. I've gotten some emails from you guys, and I love you so much for thinking something's wrong and checking on me. I appreciate that. It is so incredibly sweet that you care so much about me, and it's just a nice, humble reminder about how we just need each other. So I love the community that we've built here on YouTube together, and when I go away for these bouts, I just want you guys to know it's not because I don't want to share, it's because I have nothing to share. I am in a really weird stage of my business. I'm rebranding, and it is a huge project. I've been working on it for almost a year, and I thought it was going to be pretty close to being complete in May. And there have just been a couple setbacks, and it's just the way things go when you're scaling up and working on all these things. I've added a ton of new vendors to my mix, and I am literally changing everything from packaging to labels to the name to marketing. I just had a call yesterday on my website, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about where I've been in detail, but I just want you to know that when I do go away from YouTube, it literally is just because I have nothing to share. And when you give me your time on YouTube and watch one of my videos, I want to make sure it's worth your while and that there's tons of value. So I never want to just post a video for the sake of posting. Let's just get into it. So I have really not been making product because I'm rebranding. I am going to manufacturing. If you missed that, I have sourced a manufacturer in the States, and I am really, really happy with how that process has gone. It does take a long time to go back and forth, making sure that they're getting my formula correct, and also that they can pretty much duplicate the product I have on a much larger scale. So it's been quite a learning experience, and even though I have a background in buying and product development, I have still learned a lot. So that's been great, but I'm scaling up, so I'm really not making a ton of product. I am trying to stay super lean, and that's why I haven't really been talking on my business Instagram at all about my inventory, because I really don't have much inventory. I have enough to sell my wholesalers, and everyone's pretty much set. I also told my wholesalers in advance about the rebrand, so they all know it's not going to come as a surprise. So I'm sort of just phasing out of Fiorella, and it's kind of sad, but I have just been spending so much time building the new brand that it went from being sad to being like super excited, and I can't wait to share. I'm not going to share a lot of stuff just yet because it is still new and not launched, but don't you worry, I will give you guys all the information when the time feels right. But what that means is I've had a lot of time to work on the new brand behind the scenes. I've had quite a few calls with manufacturers. I'm sourcing jars from Taiwan, so that's an interesting experience. I had a call with a website developer to help me sort of just update my Shopify. I'm not doing anything crazy, but just make it a little bit more me and more of the new brand. I have learned how to do Adobe Illustrator, so I've created my new logo, which is great and saved me a ton of money. I had reached out to a few graphic designers, and they gave me some quotes on logo design, and some of them were up to $10,000. And I am putting all of my money into this rebrand, and I don't have $10,000 to spend on a logo, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I took a Skillshare class, learned how to do Adobe Illustrator, and I have created a logo I'm super proud of. So I learned all of that, which takes a lot of time, and then I'm doing all the packaging myself as well. So there's a lot of sitting computer work. When I'm not doing that, I have been reading. So these are all the books that I finished in the last 8 weeks. I have never read this much before in an entire year, let alone 2 months. And because I do all this reading, and I know it's a lot of time, and as a small business owner, you guys probably don't have that kind of time, the next sort of like drum roll and exciting announcement I have for you guys is I launched the website for CaitlinBlueCo.com. It's linked down below. So I've been working on this for a while, and I wanted to do a website for you guys because I get a lot of questions and comments that come through YouTube that you are trying to refer back to certain things. Like, Caitlin, you said in a video, this label company that you use, I can't find it. Which vlog is it in? And I feel like my videos aren't always, because they're day in the life, not super organized if you are trying to reference back. So I've created a website that is a resource for you guys. I have a section called My Library where I will go through after I finished a book, give it a review for you, give you some of my favorites, give it kind of like a tag, whether it's marketing or copywriting, which this book, by the way, really good, but you'll see that on the website soon. Just tidbits of information to see whether or not I think it's good for us. For somebody like us who's a small business owner, is it worth your time to read the book? And if not, I'll let you know that too. So that's one part of the website. And then the other part is I actually am going to start doing some consulting, which I've really wanted to do for a long time. If you have watched my channel for any amount of time, I hope you have gotten the idea that I started this to help you grow your business. Of course, it's fun for me. I love sharing, but the whole point of my YouTube channel has been to offer you information and a glimpse into my life as a small business owner, scaling my business now even bigger, and giving you not just the motivation. I know a lot of you guys say that. I'm super inspiring, and that's awesome. Like, genuinely, thank you. But the information and the business information and the strategies, just sharing as much as I can to help you grow. But I know that everyone's business is different, and I toyed with the idea of doing like a course or download or an ebook, and it just felt so impersonal. I've bought a lot of courses in the last couple of years, and most of the time I'm very disappointed in them, and it just feels like someone who's trying to just take my money and here's a quick download and like figure it out yourself. That's not what I ever want to do. I don't want to just have you guys download some PDF document that I made on Canva and then, you know, sit back and not build a relationship with you. That's one of the things I love, is hearing about your business and trying to put our heads together and figure out how to grow your business. So I'm doing consulting calls. It should be super easy if you guys want to do a call with me. And I've tried to keep the price reasonable. It is a 45-minute call, and it's also a lot of work beforehand. When you get to the website, you'll see I've tried to put a ton of information on there of what you can expect and who this might be good for. And there's a ton of info, but of course, if you have questions, you can always email me. But basically, a consulting call is an opportunity for you to get on a call with me. You'll fill out a questionnaire beforehand so that I kind of can do some pre-work and look at some of your Instagram, social media, website, Etsy, whatever you guys sell on, and get myself familiar with you and your brand so that the time we have together is really efficient. And you can sort of pick the subject that you want. It could be about marketing. It could be about planning your inventory. It could be about wholesale, selling on Fair. It could be about a couple of those things. And it's really just time for us to work together on your business, because everyone is so different. Everyone's in different stages of their business, and it's really hard to guide people. And I know as a business owner, sometimes I look at somebody else and I have a hard time taking what they're saying and applying it to my business. So I'm very excited about doing this and opening it up to you guys. I have no idea if there could be nobody that wants to talk to me, and that's totally fine. But I just wanted to make myself available to you guys and also get to know you, because it is really hard sometimes to talk into the camera. I know you're over there on that other side, but it is kind of hard to just babble on for a long time and not have that back and forth. Your comments mean so much to me, but I want to know a little bit more about you. And if you are in that stage of your business where you're stuck, or you're trying to figure out your next move, or even if you're unmotivated, sometimes talking to somebody else who does this small business world it's just the little thing that you need to get your motivation back up and going. I had coffee with a friend last week, and that's exactly how I felt. It was just talking about business. I left completely rejuvenated, and that's when I decided that I was like gonna do this consulting for you guys. So I spent the last week getting my website together and really just putting it out there. So I hope you are excited about that. If you have trouble too, the website's brand new. I used Wix for it. I've heard different things about Wix. It seems to be okay, but bear with me as we get going on that. But it should be a fun little thing, and I am trying really hard to get back on social media and things like that. But honestly, the website, even if you don't do a consulting call, is going to have information for you. I've got the blog that has pulled some of these YouTube videos, like wholesale catalog, selling unfair, but I have some blog posts already in the queue to publish in the next couple of weeks of just information. So don't feel like the website is only for people that want to book a call. That's just a small piece of it. There's a ton of info for you guys, and hopefully you can just go there. There's a search bar, type in what you're looking for, and by the end of the year, we should have a good amount of info on that website for you if that's what you're looking for. So what do the next couple of months look like for me, since I'm giving you a little like update of where I was, where am I going? And I'm really not going far, because I have pretty much emailed my wholesale customers this morning that I am rebranding, but also taking orders up until March 31st. Today is like the 22nd or something, so I basically gave them a week to get in any last minute orders of product for Fiorella. At that point, I will then spend April trying to sell off the majority of my product. I don't have a lot, but try and clean that out, clean out the studio, take some inventory. I think I might sell a couple things in the studio that I don't need. It's a great space, but it is like 450 square feet. So I still need to be efficient in there, and I need to get it ready for the new product that comes, because I'm ordering a ton of it. So I need to make sure that I have enough space to properly store everything, but I also think I want to set up a little photo studio corner. I continue to get replica surfaces like a crazy person. I need to be cut off. I have a deep problem with them, but it's great, and I would love to take a little corner of my studio and make it a little photo section. So I have that planned, and if I do that, I think I'll film it for you guys, because that's kind of fun. And then, yeah, I think the consulting thing is going to be fabulous. And that also, by the way, the consulting, I have plenty of time in the next couple of months. I've blocked it off for Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I don't plan on stopping after I launch. So don't think that this is me just trying to get a quick little thing filled in while I have the time. I think it'll be a great time for me to figure out what works for you guys and all of that and really get into it. But I have every intention of continuing this on, because consulting isn't really a one-time thing. You can make it that if you want, but if you want to have a 6-month check-in down the road and see where you are with the things that we put together in your first call, and you want to do another call 6 months later, that's going to be available to you. So don't think that if you see it blocked off for a couple months, don't think that it's like a one-time thing. I am going to make myself available to you guys as much as possible, because that's sort of my passion project. I love my business, that comes first, but I have a very deep passion to helping people basically become their own boss. And I think it's because I was in a job that I absolutely hated, and now that I have been freed for 2 years, it is a completely different life. I feel like myself again, and I just want that for you. I want you to be able to do that. And I know not everybody has the business knowledge or the background that I do, and if I can just help you get there, that's like so fulfilling to me. So that's why I'm doing it. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and then let you know what to expect. I am also going to be filming right after this an update video, because I don't want to show you this, but I just got my diploma from my course. So I finished my course. So that was the other thing I forgot to tell you about. So I'm going to do right after this, and I'll put it up probably next week, a in-depth review of the Institute of Personal Care Science and their programs on cosmetic chemistry and formulation and all the info. I'm gonna give you guys the full download because it took me 9 months to finish. So I just wanted to give you guys a video on it once I actually finished. And now that I have the paper, I can confidently say I graduated, I did it, and I will share all of that when I see you guys next. But I just wish I could give you a big hug through the camera and honestly thank you guys for continuing to be here and allowing me to take these little breaks. But just know I will always come back to you, I promise. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.